Thank you, Dr. Basaliwa. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today, for choosing to learn with us because you want to become a better entrepreneur. And as we start the session today, I would like to remind all of us that the entrepreneurial journey is usually a long one. And interestingly, most people only see the rosy part for most of the time. We look at entrepreneurs when they're doing well. That's when we get to know them. And so that means we look at the finished product, the successful business, and we never see the years behind this journey, the failures, the lessons, the sleepless nights. Sometimes people are at the verge of closing their business and they get another idea. Somebody supports them, encourages them to proceed until a time when they do better. And then we begin to see them. So this is the context behind our session today. And I'm happy to mention that I've been to Soroti several times, sometimes when I'm going to Karamoja. And when you go to Soroti, there is a very nice restaurant. It's called Arch Foods. I've been at Arch Foods several times, and that's the one restaurant that I always make a point to visit. Their food is very good, and it's a kind of food that really wants to make you go back, even maybe when you're not hungry. So, and I remember very well in 2024, the GROW project was launched by the president in Katakwi district, and we had many government officials and other people from different organizations go to Soroti. Most people slept in Soroti and they had to go to Katakwi the following morning. But I remember that this restaurant hosted most of the people that attended that event. They handled the numbers and they were very consistent. So I would like to encourage you when you go to Soroti, when you go to Karamoja or any other part of the country and you're going through Soroti, please remember to visit Arch Foods. And the reason why Mr. Archimedes Ogwang is here is to share with us the story on how he's outlasted the odds when building Arch Foods. What does it take to keep going when nobody is clapping for you, when things get tough? Is the story that Mr. Ogwang is going to share with us. And allow me to share with you a little more about Mr. Ogwang. He is a finance professional and the founder, operator of Arch Foods in Soroti, a local dining establishment located in Soroti City within the Teso region of Uganda. He has experience having worked with non-governmental organizations where he held finance and reporting roles in Action Aid, IDI, CPAR Uganda, and Child Fund Uganda. He holds a bachelor's degree in business administration, majoring in accounting from Makerere University between 1998, which he did between 1998 and 2001. And that makes him an alumni of MOOBS. I remember this was around the time when MOOBS was established. So you're very welcome back home. Arch Foods they do traditional intercontinental dishes. They offer local culinary options with scenic views of the Teso region. And he registered as a sole proprietor in 2014. And well, he's going to share with us a little more. Mr. Ogwang, please know that we are very happy and we look forward to learning from you. Those of you that have started, those that want to start, those of you that have been doing it for some time and you feel like things are getting very hard, this is the gentleman you want to listen to. You have 30 minutes to share your story, and I would like to now hand over to you, Mr. Wang. Thank you again.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Professor, for the opportunity. I would like to thank MOOBS Entrepreneurship Innovation and Incubation Center for giving me this opportunity. to come and share the experiences. Like Professor said, it's been a long journey, tough, but we are still going. We are still strong. So I want to give a background of Arch Foods. Like Professor said, Arch Foods is located in Soroti City, plot 20, Diego Road, Central Ward, Cell E. That's where we're located. We we deal in traditional local food, like Professor has already said. She has given a background of what we do. But I want to share before I got into this business. As a young child, I was one person who believed in being self-reliant. I started saying, I started doing a few things. I started cultivation. I was cultivating tomatoes. I was cultivating sugarcane. I would make sure I bring it to town, sell it because our place is 5 kilometers away from Soroti City. Bring, sell, and that's the money I would use to buy for myself, grab at school, that is at primary school. I didn't want to disturb my parents, not that they could not that they were not able to provide for me what to eat at school. But just I felt that what can I do for myself that can also I see that I'm doing something and then also relieve my parents from certain things. So I started selling the sugar cane and then the tomatoes, and I would get some money. So after that, when I went to high school, I continued with that kind of mindset. During holidays, get back home, do the digging, sell whatever I have dug, keep it for my pocket money. So that's how I started. I had that in mind. But the other outstanding thing is the love, the passion for cooking. I got it from my mom. We have a small family. So my mom, being the eldest in the family, my mom made sure that she taught me how to cook, how to do things, house chores generally. I would cook when she's not around. I would cook for the family, make sure that meals are available for the family. So I learned how to cook. That's actually one of the turning points in my life. I loved cooking and still I love cooking. So I did that. So after university, my during my first job, that was at ActionAid, the first day of orientation, we had our HROD director called Andrew Yeroba. The guy told us that today I've hired you, but I want you to think of your exit tomorrow. If you don't have this job tomorrow, how are you going to survive? That was another thing that changed my life. He said, this is not a comfort zone. Imagine tomorrow there is no job. How will you survive? So that thing thanked into me. I picked it up. I said, no, there's a lot of sense in this thing. I need to think about it. Imagine I have been hired and they have told me maybe in 1 month or 6 months or 3 months or 1 year, 2 years, we are not renewing your contract. Or something has happened and I have lost the job. How will I survive? How will my family survive if I get a family? So that also touched me. I said, no, I need to think about this. So when I started working, it remained in me. I was always looking for an opportunity to do something. So I kept working because I knew now work would give me an opportunity to do some savings here and there. The little savings that I got from ActionAid, I made sure I picked up, I bought some land here and there. And then I moved. When I left ActionAid, I went to IDI. After IDI, I went to SIPA Uganda. SIPA Uganda, I crossed over to Child Fund. Now, some of those jobs, I was in Kampala. When I was in Kampala, I said, no, I need to get back to upcountry. If I need to do something, I cannot do these things outside home. I need to do where I am able to supervise and see how things are done. So I requested to be taken upcountry. I was taken to Busia. From Busia, I saw that Busia was still far from me. I would not manage what I wanted to do. So I told myself, no, let me talk to my director and HR. If they can give me a transfer from Busia back to Soroti, then that would be good. I wrote my thing. They kept quiet. I asked for it. They kept quiet. The day I wrote my letter to resign, when I went to his office, he told me, Aji, I know why you are here. Your transfer has been granted. I had hid even my letter in the what? in my bag. I didn't tell him that I'd gone to resign. I'd already resigned. He told me, no, I know why you're here. I know you're following issues of your transfer, but your transfer has been granted back to Sorti. I said, God, this is what I wanted. So let me not resign. So I packed my bags after handing over. I went to Soroti. So when I got to Soroti, I told myself, now I am here. I am home. What can I do that can supplement the job that I am doing? Then I looked at many things. I told myself, no. Since I love cooking, and then I also I identified many. I did a survey. I said, what is lacking? People are doing very many things, but what is it that people are lacking? Where I can bring in and come with new ideas. I saw the line of food. People, one, all the restaurants where you go to, everybody was frying food, oil, oil, oil. I told myself, no. But if I am to start a restaurant, what can I do that is different from what all these people are doing? I told myself, no. If I'm going to start a restaurant, it has to be local food, which is healthy. People, it has to be organic. I don't have to do things that everybody is going to do. Then I got an opportunity. Somebody was leaving. Then the person told me, no, I am leaving. Can you take up this place? I told the person, yes, no, that's okay. Because actually that's what I've been thinking. So let me take it up. So we went to the person. I bought goodwill from that person because they had the chair, everything was there. And then the staff were there. So I told, she was a lady. I told her, no, I'm going to take this up. Then we agreed on the terms. I had to pay her rent for 6 months. She needed her money cash 6 months. I paid her for 6 months for that place. So when I went to meet the staff of that place, I went with my idea. I told them, no, this is how you've been doing things, but I want us to do things differently. The question they asked me, if you're going to boil food, who is going to eat your food? I told them, no, they will eat. I will show you how we are going to do it. With the knowledge that I learned, that I got from my mom on how to do organic food, not just the normal boiling food that you put water and pour and whatever it is. I told them, no, we are going to do it, but I want to demonstrate to you how we are going to do it. He told me, okay, but we doubt whether people are going to eat your food. People want food which is spicy. What I told them, no, I'm not going to do that spicy food. People these days people are tired. Some of those things they have effects. So what I decided to do that was on a Saturday. I told them we are going to begin on Monday. So we began on Monday. We made purchases. I just basically I did a kilo of meat, one chicken, then a few greens here and there. I think a kilo of beans, then the matoke, carrots, small things. But I also told the colleagues that, you know what, I am, and friends, I know them, I have started a business, but I want you to come and do what? Come and try it out. We're doing something different from what everybody has been doing. So first thing in the morning at 5 a.m., I woke up at 5 a.m. I dashed to the place. I showed them what to do. I made sure I did it myself. I said, this is how I'm going to do it. We need it done like this, like this, like this. So 8 o'clock, I went back home, took a shower because we used to report work at 8:30. That was child fund, 8:30 in the morning. So by 8:30, back to office. Then by 1, I would run there. But to my surprise, the people who came, they ate the food, everybody appreciated. Within 2, 3 weeks, we didn't have space for people to sit. Others would stand. Others would stand because now there was no space. Because I think, it was something that everybody was waiting for. because people were tired of the food which are fried, whatever. So when you're doing some of the things, one thing you need to know is you need to know your customer. Whom are you targeting? Who are your target customers? What do they want? Those are the things you need to look at when you're going to do business. Your target customers, what they want, how you're going to do it, and how are you going to do things differently from other people? Because we are doing the same thing, but what makes yours different from the others is the key point in some of the things. So if you're doing things, you do the same things, but what makes yours unique? You must be innovative, make sure that yours is different. Like I can give an example of chapatis. We do chapatis, everybody does chapati. But what makes your chapati distinct from others? That is the key point. So make sure that whatever you do, there is something that is unique about yours. The recipe, the what, then the other thing is also time. Time is a key factor. Make sure things are done in time. For us at Arch Foods, by 6 o'clock, breakfast is ready. By 11, 10 o'clock, lunch is ready if you want other lunch. And then the other thing is you have to listen to a customer. A customer is always they are always our bosses. Listen to them, take feedback positively. When there is an issue, take it positively. Tomorrow when they come back, they must see a change in what they've told you. Not when a customer tells you he's complaining or something, even if you're right, please make sure you listen to them. When they come back, because they always want to come back and see whether you've taken the advice they've given. Because you're dealing with different people. Everybody that you are handling must, to a certain level, must be satisfied with your services. How you handle them, feedback, the turnaround time, that is key. And then also the other thing is the people you work with. Be a team leader. Don't be a boss. Be a team leader. Participate. Lead them, listen to them. If there are issues here and there, personal issues, attend to them. Not somebody has an issue, he or she has come to you, needs help, then you're like, no, you give help, then you say, I'm going to deduct from what I pay you. It pains. Make them be part of the business. If there are failures, because most times things are tough, I will get to those challenges. When they have issues, attend to them, and then also motivate them. Surprise them with gifts here and there. For us, for instance, every end of year get together, we dine, we celebrate the year, we do gifts for them. And then if there's anything that you've done extra, let them be part of that as well. Give them something to appreciate them. Make them own the business with you. Tell them, no, we are all in this thing. It's not only me, but it's about us, so that they help you manage. The other issue is you must have records of what you're doing. You need to understand how are you handling, what are you doing. Look at in terms of purchases, look in terms of the sales, all that you do. You must have records, and you must be able to learn. You like business of food. What is fast moving? Then fast moving, and then there are those things that you sell for convenience of customer. Not every product that you sell brings in money, but you sell to keep a customer. They must come and find it there. Then there are those ones that you as people, owners of the business, this one here, when we sell this gives us something. You see, you need to know that must have all those records, and then you must have the business must be registered. These days, for you to get businesses or to get something, you must register. However small it is, it has to be registered. And then you have to be compliant. Compliance is very important. Taxes, trading licenses, all those compliance issues, you must be able to be compliant with what you do. If you're renting, you must be able to make sure that the landlord or a landlady is paid first. Rather go home when you have nothing. And then the suppliers, people who supply you, make sure they are paid. The people who work for you, make sure they are paid. Those are key, because if you don't satisfy them, then you're not born to do anything. You're born to collapse. they are key. Compliance, then the suppliers, the staff, make sure that everybody you work with is satisfied. Because the most often than not, people look at suppliers, as a last resort. Because the supply is key. If somebody has given you a supply, make sure he or she is paid. Because if you paid her or him, he can tomorrow can get back to the market and supply you again. But if you don't pay, because most of these guys are small scale farmers, whatever, they don't deal like for us who deal in the local stuff. You deal with the real farmer down there. So if you don't pay him or her, they are going to get issues. They are not going to grow. So paying suppliers is important. Listening to your clients, and then the feedback. There are challenges that come in with some of these things. After a few after like two years, I met a challenge. One with the person who gave us the space. She felt we were making too much money, so tripled the rent. That was a hard on us. Tripled the rent. I started thinking. So now this rent has been tripled. What do I do? My mind quickly ran. I said, no. Since there is something somewhere, let me make a hard decision. I told myself, no, I am going to run and pick a salary loan because that's what can save me. Because when you want to go to the bank, those banks, they want security, they want land title, they want this, they want this. I said, no, I'm not going to go into that hassle. The processes are long, but the salary loan is a shortcut for me because the letter of undertaking and you're done. So I went to HR. I told HR, no, I need the salary loan. And quickly, I went to Stanchart. By then, they gave me the money. I started working out where we are today, the current space that we have. It's our own. We are not renting. We thank God for that. So I went for that. And then I started trying to see that I do something. Meanwhile, I told the other day, no, it's okay. I kept paying her. Then at a certain point, I told her, I'm going to give me like 6 months because I knew within the time like of 6 months, I should be able to have done something. Another snag came in. The regional office was transferred to Lera. I told myself now, how will I manage? I need I need this thing to pick up. I have pressure from the landlady, needs a space. And then now I have been transferred. I will not have the time to run around. That time of break, come do the work, lunchtime, come sit in the monitor, see what people are doing after work, sit there until you close. I had to make a hard decision. When the office was transferred, I never sat in that office. I resigned. I went to that place only to hand over. Remember, I had a salary loan, so I had to quickly take that hard decision. Everybody was looking at me and saying, but you guy, what's wrong with you? You left this job, you're being paid well, are you mad? Are you what? I told them, no. I have there's a reason why I've done this. I have taken a risk because every opportunities lies where there are risks. Because if you don't take risks, then you don't get opportunities. So you have to take those risks to get the opportunities. The opportunities they lie in the unknown. Most people, that fear of the unknown is a big problem to us. It stops you from seeing ahead, and then the comfort. Like I told you when I opened this discussion, the comfort. Most people they get comfortable, and then think that what they have is enough for them, not knowing that in the event, how comfortable are you? Are you going to be comfortable for the rest of your life or not? So those are some of the challenges. I resigned, and then I told myself, I have to work harder. So I shifted from where we are. When I shifted, that lady picked up the place. She started her own, but we had to make what we had to inform people, our clients. We made notices that we are going to shift. We have a new location, so we had a grand opening. We had prayers. God is everything. Whatever we do, we have to have God first. So we had prayer, we held prayers, it was mass, whatever, people came, we hosted them. I can assure you the following morning, it's like we had been in that place before. They had been, so it was full. So, but I told myself now, I have this challenge of the loan. I need to make sure that this salary loan is paid. I worked so hard to make sure that this loan was paid. Standard Chartered never even realized that I didn't have a job. He called me back and told me, "You man, we want to give you a top up. Where are you? Can we give you more money?" I told them, "You guys, no, I'm not working." I left that place. And that was in 20, in 20 what? In 2015. In 2015, because I registered the business in 20, but I started in around 2012, but I registered it officially in 2014. So in 2015 is when I resigned. I resigned officially. I told myself, no, I'm not going to continue. Let me concentrate and grow up the business. But if an opportunity comes in the future, I will still get back to work. And indeed, in 2021, I was called back. Child fund guys called me back to head office. I worked until the 2024 December. I had to resign again. I quit. What I was doing got done, so I left. So I am now fully here. But I want to say this, that in whatever we do, we have to be focused. Challenges are there. Then we need to make sure that we build systems. Systems are very important. There are challenges of systems. Most times we need to build strong systems that can detect. You cannot, you mitigate risks, but you cannot remove them 100%. So in whatever, we need to build systems that you can detect, because there are a lot of loopholes. I learned there are many loopholes, especially when I was working. You are working, you're not seeing the returns. So you come back, you asking people, this they are telling you, no, we had to do, then you have, you ask them, but what is going on? You look at the books, people have sold, then the expenditures are too much. You ask yourself, but you sold this, the expenditure, but are these true records and whatever? So then you need to know that there must be segregation of duties. I started making sure that there was segregation of duties. Different people do different things. Then I had to bring in, now I told myself, suppliers. Suppliers, you supply, because the people would go and do procurement. I told myself, no. I detected, I said there was some bit of fraud in issues of procurement, whatever. I told myself, no. To mitigate this, let me now change the strategy. When the suppliers do the thing, when they supply, they go and get paid directly by themselves, no third party. So that one, it worked for me. Suppliers, you supply, they confirm the supplies that you've made. When you've delivered, at the point of delivery, they check what you brought, is that the right quantities, you pay and you go. So we need to have systems and segregation of duties. And then the heads of departments, you have to have the head chef or cook, whatever. And then that one is in charge of making sure that the kitchen is running, making the stocks, that give updates on what they need, they provide to the persons who are in charge, procurement, then the persons who are in charge, payments, the person who will do what? Sorry, will pay. So those are some of the things we need to have: systems in place, records in place, and then segregation of duties. Challenges come in, there are many. If you want to grow, you cannot run away from credit. But if you are going to take credit, you need to look at it. What do you really need to do? Is it worth taking? Do you have the capacity? Do you have the discipline to take the credit? Because by and large, on your own, you cannot. You need a push. So we've also been like microfinance support center supported us. We got some credit from microfinance support center. They supported us. It gave us a big push. It gave us to move a step from where we are. And then also the trainings, but issues of credit, one, make sure whatever you're taking is within your means, because it can be really stressful, very, very stressful. So you have to make sure that whatever you're doing is within your means, what you are able to pay. Don't take things credit that is not. Don't get excited. Many people get excited, take facilities that they cannot manage. It is very stressful, needs a lot of commitment. Remember, for me, for instance, the one of MSc, I took it during the time of COVID. It was tough. You have to keep tighten your belts, make sure you pay. Whatever little, commit yourself, even if it's little, keep paying. Don't say because it's COVID, I'm not going to pay. COVID, many people are using the COVID as an excuse not to pay their obligations. And at the end of the day, some of them were affected. The little that you have, show commitment that you're able, that you're willing, despite the challenges that you're going through, you're willing to pay. Put that little so that it keeps reducing the burden that you have, so that when things improve, you better up your obligations. But sometimes we don't do that. We say, the president has said there is some people are talking about bailout, some people are talking about rescheduling. Others, you do a reschedule, yes, but rescheduling does not mean that you keep paying, but when you reschedule, the reschedule comes in, yeah, you're sorted. That's what I need to advise people, guys. We need to take, we need to be pushed. You need something to push you. If you can get credit, please get credit. But be able to pay, take something you're able to pay, and be disciplined. Don't pick money and go and put it in something else. Sometimes we also divert. When you take credit, please make sure you pay. And then trainings. I also want to thank Enterprise Uganda. We've had a lot of engagement with them. We've trainings here and there. Learning never ends. It never stops. I'm happy. Moves the entrepreneurship center they have those programs. I can assure you, I'm going to enroll for some of them, because learning we need knowledge, because you can't be in illusion. The times are changing. You need to move with the times. Like for us now, other things that we need to now to go into digitalization. Trends have changed. You see, you cannot remain in analog. The type of business that we're doing, everything, we need to digitalize the business. Get to that point. Move with the times and be innovative. Keep changing. When you have a restaurant, think of something else. People should not come tomorrow, they're saying the same things. Blend your menu. Change if you've just been doing like for us now, we've gone into, we've introduced our buffet section. Bring in new things. Change. If it is furniture, at a certain point, change, so that there's something that looks different from your place. Not every people are coming the same paint, the same everything. They don't see growth. No, people must see that the money they bring is doing something for you. They are happy to come back, but make sure that you listen to them. Like I said earlier, listen to them, change, appreciate. And also, when you, like for me, when I am around, most times, like now I am around, I get to customers. I want feedback. I talk to them, ask them, how's your meal, whatever. They give me instant feedback, instant. And I assure them and I tell them, no, that's okay. We're sorry. You have to, that has to be there. You have to say, we have to apologize for whatever things come, because you have to take responsibility. You are the person who bears the liability bearer. Take the responsibility, attend to the situation, tell a customer you're sorry, promise them you're going to change, make sure you change and work on what they have raised. So, and then the other thing is, I also want to say that we are growing. When you look at us in 2021 to date, we have grown, but thanks to our customers, thanks to the team has to be motivated. The customers have to be attended to. They have to. The customers one thing that they want is they want to value for money. There must be value for money. Anything that somebody does, when somebody is going for a service or a procurement or whatever, there must be value for money. What am I paying for? Is it worth what I am getting? That's the first principle with the customer. Value for money. They must see value for money. Two, there should be satisfaction. The customer must be satisfied with your services. Customer care, Then the other one is now, when the customer care is there, they are satisfied, then you have to work on the retention. Because when your customers are satisfied with your services, the customer care is okay, the services are good, then now you have you work on customer retention. How do you retain the ones that you have? And then now you have to look for opportunities outside the ones that you have. So the beauty of registration is that when you're registered, your business is formally registered, the opportunities outside there, the bids outside, you apply. And also, you also move one-on-one. Social capital is very important. Talk to people. Tell people, I need this business. Is there an opportunity at your organization or wherever? But I can assure you that for us, we thank God. We have taken up many institutions that we supply now, lunches and whatever. Many banks, almost all the banks, and then institutions, government institutions, private, then other institutions. So, you know now that at least at the end of the day, I have something that I can hang on. So it gives you that a little bit of security, because you have, at least you've expanded the base just beyond the restaurant, the walk-in customer. You also have supplies which are consistent. So when you get those supplies, also make sure you give them value for their money and be consistent, so that you keep them. Because once you lose one customer, you've lost one, can lead to loss of 100 of them. So we also need to be very sensitive to customers. You lose one, I can assure you, one is not only one. If you are lucky, you can lose one, will tell one or two, but I can assure you can even go beyond the 20 customers. 20 customers.
Hello, Mr. Ogwang.
Yes,
this is Edith, your host. I would like to advise that we summarize the next 3 minutes.
Okay, please. So, in summary, I would say that let us look at being consistent with what we do, be genuine, listen to our customers, and then the people we work with, we need to make sure that we value them, we listen to them. So those are key. And then be compliant. It's important. Thank you very much for the opportunity. If there's another opportunity, because I have a lot to talk about, even though the time is short, but later we can conclude by that. But I want to say thank you so much, Professor, for giving me this opportunity. I would be happy for another chance if it is available. Thank you so much for listening. I pray I have changed one or two people in this discussion.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ogwang. I will appreciate your time. Thank you for finding time in your busy schedule to come and talk to us on this important topic of outlasting the odds, the Arch Foods journey. Thank you for narrating to us the journey, very exciting journey and very encouraging. I appreciate the fact that you started when you were young. As a child, you wanted to be self-reliant. And when you give your story is very interesting, that you started at that young age by growing things back in your village, and you would take them 5 miles, 5 kilometers from the village to the town to sell. That is being self-reliant and having passion. You have passion that drove you to the levels that you've reached. Thank you for taking us through. I know people who are logged on here have picked many lessons from you. You talk of issues of commitment and taking tough decisions. I remember when you were taking a tough decision to go and resign. Lucky enough, they had transferred you as per your request. Another tough decision was to resign when they changed the office. You've taken very tough decisions, and you've also notified us that it's not a bed of roses. There are challenges in the business operation. But you're encouraging us that it is important to be focused. When you are focused, you are able to get out of the challenges and turn challenges into opportunities. I know people who are logged on here could be having some questions or further comments to make. So I'd like to invite Mr. Andrew Ogwang again to handle Q&A. Andrew.
Thank you so much, Dr. Edith. Thank you so much, Mr. Ogwang. Archimedes, that's a very unique name. It reminds me of a scientist called the Archimedes principle. So thank you so much. We have greatly learned. And members, I would want to invite all of us to, if we have any questions, that we can raise our hands, or we can just type on the chat or on the Q&A session so that Mr. Ogwang can respond. So we have a question on the chat. Thank you. Let me just read it for Mr. Ogwang so that he may note. Thank you so much for the presentation. My question is, do you manage staff and difficult clients, and do you pay yourself a salary for your survival and paying fees for children and managing your home needs? That question is coming in from Sam Salongo. And then the other question, thanks for the presentation. What is your big regret in the past? And if you have any opportunity, how would you do it differently? That question is coming in from Dr. Mebo Komonda. And then a question from me, how has advertising your business helped? Because you have big dogs in the building like Cafe Kanunu, that has been in the game for very many years and they massively advertise. Has advertisement helped your business grow? I think Mr. Ogwang, you could respond to those 3 questions as we wait for more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me start with the first one, how I deal with the difficult customers. One, customers are not, yes, they are those tough ones, but what is important is you have to keep calm. You keep calm. There are those ones that really raise their voices. You keep calm, listen to them, apologize, and handle whatever issue they have raised. The other one is I pay my children's fees. I manage my family. The issue of payment for myself, I pay myself. Let me say maybe it's not a salary, but I pay the business pays for my fuel, and then pays for fuel, and then my food and whatever, but not a salary. But I am going to get there to pay a salary. Oh, yes, the staff, we manage the staff. I make sure the staff are well catered for. But there's a manager who does that, who handles the issues of. There's a manager. I have a manager. Then I have a supervisor. But I also chip in, because some of those things you cannot do them yourself. You have to give other people opportunities to grow. One thing I also want to tell you is that I have given opportunities for people to grow in-house. There are people who came in as cleaners. Now they are in other departments. So it is important. I hope I have answered that question. And then the biggest regret, that one is a tough one. There is no, I don't regret. I don't regret much, but there are things that you in the business. I don't regret starting the business or leaving the job. It was an opportunity for me to get into another world, to learn new things, yeah, and see how things are done. So it was an opportunity for me to learn and get into another world, the world of employment and world of entrepreneurship. And I'm also happy that I am now employing people. I have the in-house staff that are available. They're like around 25. Plus, we also have a different team of people who do outside catering. Those are like around 30. So we employ over 50 people as a business. So that is good because my issue is I look at myself, I want to help the young people outside there to get to at least get employment. It's the reason we are growing. I didn't tell you we're also I've started a farm for value chain for goats, animals, and then some matoke, whatever. So we want to do a value chain. So when that grows, then we are planning, we are going in a near future, we shall be having accommodation. We have we are planning, we are having like around 22 rooms that are in progress. So that's how it is. And then advertisement. Yeah, advertisement works a lot, but the biggest thing in business I see is the social capital. Social capital is very important because if you have social capital, it is business also built on referrals. Referrals. So that's where social capital comes in. You can advertise, but there must be cases of people who give in testimonies, like Professor said. They have been here several times. They have come here. Those are things that build businesses. Because even if you have advertised, but people have come and they are not satisfied with your services, I can assure you, you can advertise 1,000,000, 1,000 times, you won't get customers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ogwang, Archimedes. Let us just pick about 3 more questions and then we wrap it up. On the chat, the Q&A section, there is Anrita Namuganga asking, if you have set up your business up running, advise on when is the right time to resign, or we must hang in for the extra income as long as you are within your business reach, the right time to resign. And then the other question is on the chat coming in from Rebecca. How do you determine your pricing with the competition in the market? There are very many hotels we have talked of, Cafe Kanunu, Hotel Akelo, name them. So how do you determine your pricing? And then a question coming in from our moderator, Dr. Edith Basalira. To what extent have you involved family members in this business? Any succession plans? I think, Mr. Wang, you could respond to that, and we'll wrap the Q&A session. Those 3 questions.
Thank you. Let me start with the Andrita. Before you start, before you resign, you must make sure that something is up. Start the business, see it. Resigning now means you are resigning to make it to stabilize and make it grow. Don't resign when you have not started. You must first start the business because you need that job or you need that capital to help you put into the business. Start the business, think big, start small. Start the business, let that job be part of your security. You see, if like for me, my job helped me a lot. It helped me acquire the salary loan, which was one of my biggest starters. So you have the idea, start it up, work, save money. If you can even acquire a loan from from the job that you're doing, put it in the business. But make sure you monitor. Businesses are not run on remote all the time. You can be shocked. If you're lucky to have a business that can be run online with systems online, you can read things, that is well and good. But it should be able to. That job helps you. It is actually a stepping stone. It's a startup for you. Because it's a cushion. When it doesn't, things go wrong, you can still survive, but make sure that be consistent and be persistent. Challenges will come. Businesses have a lot of challenges, but you have to persist and then read. If it has not worked out, what went wrong? It is a reflection. You reflect back and ask yourself, what went wrong? Where did I go wrong? What didn't I do well? It's always, you keep learning. So that is important. And then the other second question of how do you determine prices? You have to do a market survey. Look at the people around, what they are charging, and then what you're offering. And then when you've looked at what they're offering, their prices, and then like now you're talking about Kanunu. We have our niche. We are specialized in organic foods, local foods. Other people do those things, and then those are the snacks, or whatever. And then the other thing is, now when you've done that, your prices must be within the other ranges, but should not be too low, should not be too high, but within. And then also make your products affordable. How affordable should they be? If they're affordable, then you're going to be in business. But also study the market. If I sold this at this, you need to know. Like I told you when I was giving a presentation, determine there are certain products that you use that can back you up, regardless whether the other one the prices are low, the other one so you need to study your business. What brings in more money? Then your prices are based on that. And the market, what people don't have to be too much. And also let average people also be able to come in. And then the other one is the succession plan. It's very important because businesses are not built on individuals. If you center yourself alone in to run a business, then without you, then that means it's the end of the business when you're no more, because that is definitely that time comes. So what I have done is I have involved the family members. I can assure you, my children are at school, but when they come, they're the ones I bring them there. And I give at least all of them have a feel. The girls, they come, they're in the kitchen, they are helping with washing plates, whatever, they understand. Sometimes, I take them through where we buy things. I put them, they become cashiers, but I pay them. They don't work for free. I tell them, no, you are not here to work for free. I pay you. This money is for your pocket money. Keep it, but that doesn't mean that I will not give you my part. But that is what you've worked for. When you work, you appreciate it. So they are part of the business. They are learning, actually. They are those ones I've already seen, they are very much interested. They are very much interested in the business. Even when you go for video, they say, Daddy, how is the business? Is everything okay? Then when they are there, they keep telling you see, the other person. Today, there was a customer who was not happy, like this. Then the other stuff, the attitude was not good. The response to a customer wasn't nice. They give you feedback. So you get that feedback, and you discuss with the team. So in what we do, it is very, very important to engage our family members so that there is continuity of the business. But also the biggest success of a business is attitude of the people you employ, people you work with, because the attitude also keeps businesses. If you don't have the right people with the right attitude, people own the same idea with you, then you are born to collapse. Thank you so much. I hope I've answered those questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ogwang. I also want to invite you to read some of the comments from Lawrence B. Revesheje. Beatrice and Sheila Kasoja Caro. They're very interesting comments. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for the Q&A session. Back to you, Dr. Edith.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew Ogwang, for managing Q&A. And thank you so much, Mr. Ogwang, once again for responding to the questions and also having further interaction with the members who are logged on this morning. We appreciate you, Mr. Ogwang, and allow me to congratulate you on the progress so far made, and thank you for being relevant to your community. I think this is the way to go. We appreciate you. I know sometime in future, we're going to invite you again to come and talk to us again. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to get this to the end because we are at the top of the hour, but allow me to appreciate Mr. Ogutu Philemon, our sign language interpreter on the other side. And also, I've seen my headmistress of the Girls Senior Secondary School, Mrs. Deborah Basekanacho. She's logged on here. Thank you for logging on, and allow me to appreciate you and congratulate you, Miss Deborah Basekanacho, as being one of the best head teachers. I read about your article yesterday in the New Vision. Congratulations. We thank you for what you are doing in that school. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate everybody who logged on this morning. We thank you so much, and kindly remember to log on again next week, same time. I wish you a blessed Thursday. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor.
You gotta get up. You gotta get up and make a move, 'cause the world will never see you until you do. No, they don't really care what you're going through, so you gotta show them, baby. You gotta show them the real you. You gotta give them what you got. No, don't let them see what you're not, 'cause you are strong. You are wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can't be perfect, baby, 'cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, there's nobody in the world like you. What do you do when you can't let go? What do you say when you just don't know how you feel? And you know nobody knows how you feel, 'cause everybody's got their own damn problem. So everybody's trying to find their way, and day by day is a struggle. In this world, you know you have to hustle. Just know that you're not alone. You don't always have to be strong all by yourself. I said it's okay to ask for help. Now listen, people will find you, but they don't define you. And you will find people who help redesign you. People will find you, but they don't define you. And you will find people who help redesign you. You are a work of art. Bet you didn't think you'd come this far. Now here you are. Baby, you are strong. You are wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can't be perfect, baby, 'cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, there's nobody in the world like you.